The trap bar deadlift and free approach jumps were the main courses today, and one of them went pretty well. I started off again with the strength exercise because I've noticed that if I am doing jumps first, then I'm not performing as well on the trap bar deadlift for low reps. And the idea here was to go up to 145 kilos. As I have consistently ramped up to a triple on 140 for a few weeks now, but this is 145, and the first rep felt kind of heavy, so already I wasn't sure if I was gonna get this done. The second one, I was trying to get really into the position, and I was able to pull this up. But as I got to the third one, I took extra time to set myself up, but I wasn't able to break the floor basically. When I noticed that it was taking too long, I just gave it up, and I'm gonna try it again next week. And then I went into another set for some extra volume at a lower intensity, 100 kilos, and I was pulling these for about 6 reps. So not really happy with the way that the initial part of the session went, but there was something good to come out of this eventually. So with the initial part of the session dealt with, I moved over to the other side of the gym where I got into some jumping and also some stuff for the upper body. The first jump set that I recorded was not great in terms of time spent in the air. I'm not able to measure the height that I'm jumping, so I'm using air time. And technique wise, I can already see that the steps leading up to the penultimate are still a bit too long. I might be benefiting from getting shorter steps, getting to build some nice acceleration with those shorter steps that then lead into a longer stride, which is the penultimate one, and at that point opening up that penultimate step, turning the hips into that punch into the floor, and then lift off. It's something that I have yet to master or even get proficient at, but I believe that this is the way to unlocking some extra gains in terms of technique. And passing by was the upper body work that I've done in between jump sets. In here I wanted to get into some pullovers, and I wanted to experiment with different positioning, so getting my back to arch a little, really digging my hips down and trying to get some extra thoracic extension as I am lowering the weight. This was 12 kilos, and trying to get into a very slow lowering and also a very controlled concentric movement. It's something that I am experimenting with just because I've seen it online, and why not really? Then I got into some push-ups and also some barbell curls. This way, 30 kilos, I am thinking about going up to maybe 12 repetitions, and then I might be going up in weight. So there's another barbell like this that weighs 35 kilos. I'm gonna start maybe from the next session or so to play around with that, see how many reps I can get, and even if it's 5 or 6, I can then build up from there and see how many I can do, because I will also be doing some drag curls, and maybe I could take those up to a higher rep sets. Anyways, this is the last jump set and the juicy part of the session. Started off with 670 milliseconds right off the bat, and then I went into 680. I'm noticing that in here, I'm really able to get into a two-step approach that is really taking advantage of some acceleration that I've built. So all of the jumps in here were above the 670 millisecond mark. 2 jumps I did that I calculated at 690. So I'm really happy with that, and can't wait for the next session with this. Ciao.